How's it, everybody? Welcome back to the Rocky Fern. My name is Luca and I have OI type 4, and in today's episode of Show Me the Green, we're checking out a Hawaiian native, the Brighamia insignis, also known as Vulcan palm. So let's get into it. Okay, so before we get into the plant profile, let's just direct a little bit of attention to Maui and Lahaina district with the wildfires. A lot of sad news coming out of there right now. If you guys can, I'm going to put a link in the description for the Red Cross, and if you guys can help out in any way, they're going to need a lot of help to recover from pretty devastating loss. So check it out if you can, and help out when you can. So let's get back to the plant. Okay, so Brighamia insignis is a very cool succulent plant. It grows on the cliff sides on the islands of Kauai, where I am now, and its sister island, Niihau. It's known as the Olula or the Alula, depending on what island you're on. And it has a sister species known as Brighamia rocki. That's found on Molokai, also on the cliffs. So it's a very cool plant. It's also known as cabbage on a stick, and it has these nice thick succulent leaves that actually can get quite big. And to see them in situ is probably a sight to behold. They have these big leaves, like I said, this nice long succulent stem, and it develops these really long flowers. And functionally, they're extinct in the wild, and that's because we've lost our native Hawaiian hawk moth that was able to pollinate the flowers. So they are, I wouldn't say common, but they are found quite frequently in cultivation. In fact, this plant came from the mainland rather than from a nursery here in Kauai. So a lot of people do care for them and like them. The flowering on this is probably the biggest draw for me. Other than that, it's a Hawaiian endemic that is critically endangered. It'd be cool to be able to bring back the moth, but like a lot of Hawaiian natives, its extinction is looking like more of a probability than anything else. So it's a little bit of sad news, but as far as taking care of this awesome rare succulent, it's been really easy. The stem will let you know when it needs a drink. It kind of gets a little wrinkled and disshaped. And then you can just give it a nice deep drink and it comes right back. These leaves all fell off actually after I treated it for whitefly. The whitefly seem to love this plant. So I do make sure to check it quite often, and I do use a systemic on this. Obviously it's not flowering now, and the systemic seems to be helping. These leaves, like I said, can get quite big. It is kept in a very quick draining mix. It's kept in the succulent garden up front, and it's been a great plant to keep. So if you can, I would recommend you guys get a cabbage on a stick or a Vulcan palm in your collection. If you want to, you can learn the Hawaiian names of Olala and Alala. So I'll put the spelling on the screen, and come on over to Kauai if you want to maybe check it out. Try to do it's a pretty extensive hike to get to the habitat that where these still exist. Of course, goats are a major destructive factor for these guys, along with the hawk moth no longer being around. So it is a cool plant. I'll make sure to post some pictures of the flower, and I'll do an update on this if it does, or when it does flower. I'll show you guys that picture. But that's it. Brighamia insignis. The Lobelidae family and all of its species is kind of cool. They're only endemic to the Hawaiian Islands, and it's one of the largest single endemic species or genera of any plant family. So Lobelidae can only be found in Hawaii as far as I know, with over 125 different species that kind of radiated out. And so it's just a very cool Hawaiian endemic. Definitely check it out. As always, if you guys can like, subscribe, it does a lot to the channel. I can't believe how much the channel has grown over the last couple months, so I'm super stoked for that. The boys are super happy with that. If you can, check out Red Cross. Do what you can to help out Maui and the residents over there in the Lahaina area. Everyone's going to be touched by these wildfires. So kind of a crazy situation over there, and if you can, donate. They're going to need a lot of household items. If you've seen any of the pictures, it's pretty bad destruction. We're donating as much as we can as far as clothing and different household items that we're sure they're going to need over there. So check them out, and as always, we'll see you guys on the next adventure.